On episode 202 of He Said, She Said Movie Reviews, we take a look at the theatrical release of Dream Horse. Welcome to He Said, She Said Movie Reviews. This is the podcast where a happily married couple with similar but different movie taste take a quick, spoiler-free look at the movies, helping you make the right decision before your next movie. I'm your host, Tim.
And I'm April.
So we just saw Dream Horse a couple of days ago. I give this movie 3.5 stars. How about you, April?
I am too, because it was not just so uplifting, but I loved the cast.
We'll tell you all about it right after these two trailers.
Hey, everybody. So the first trailer was the Hitman's wife's bodyguard. The bodyguard, Michael, continues his friendship with an assassin as they try to save his wife. The release date is June 16th of 2021. It's going to be with Reynolds, Salma Hayek, and Samuel L. Jackson, and it looks funny.
Yeah, this is part 2 of the Hitman's Bodyguard, and I think this looks pretty funny. I think the first one was hilarious, and yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing this one.
Me too.
All right, so the second trailer we saw is for a movie called Endangered Species. This is a action-packed survival adventure about a wealthy American family who travels to the vast African wilderness of Kenya, hoping for a dream vacation filled with excitement, bonding, and a chance to fix the growing rifts within their family. But when their safari vehicle is attacked by a rhino protecting her calf, the family is left stranded miles from help, and their dream vacation turns into a nightmarish struggle for survival in a world where they are at the bottom of the food chain. This has a release date of May 28th, so apparently it's already out, and this stars Rebecca Romijn, Phillips Winchester, and Jerry O'Connell is in this.
All righty.
And I think from the trailer that it looked like Jerry O'Connell plays the bad guy.
Oh, my.
So,
well, I haven't seen it out anywhere yet, but I'm sure it is. Movies are out.
It might be on streaming. Who knows? So we haven't looked today to see if it's on streaming since it is the 29th today, so...
And I just want to take a minute before we kind of launch, if I could, and just say I'm so glad to see the movie theaters open and to see everybody back. It's just very, very joyous. I know that my family has seen many movies. We're not going to have gotten to record, but boy, we have started now, and here we go.
It's so great to be back in the theaters. Hey, if you get a chance, support your local movie theater.
Please do. We need them forever.
All right, so Dream Horse. This is you want to do the synopsis?
Absolutely. It was about an unlikely racehorse bred by a group of small town Welsh folks. It was all about their experiences, how they worked together to basically invest in a horse is born named Dream. And it's all about the whole experience, how they get him to race. But more than anything, the story is about hope.
Yeah. This was directed by Euros Lyn. He's a TV director. He's been directing on His Dark Materials, Let the Right One In, Daredevil, a couple episodes of Black Mirror, and a TV series that I know April and I have talked about a couple of times before on this podcast, Broadchurch.
Absolutely.
So, and it was written by McKay, who's also a TV person. So this was kind of a TV director and a TV writer. And Neil is known for the Moorside, Appropriate Adult, Mo, and This is Personal, The Hunt for the Yorkshire Ripper. So,
yeah, it was very well done. Very, very well done.
The cast, it had a great cast, kind of a English ensemble cast. It had Toni, Collette, Damon Lewis, Owen Teale, Peter Davison, Siân Phillips, Nicholas Farrell, Joanna Page, Katherine Jenkins, and Karl Johnson.
The runtime is 113 minutes, and it was rated PG for language and some of the themes.
So I'll get started on this. This is the theme and tone of this movie was dreams do happen, right?
Right.
This is, if you've been listening to this podcast for any length of time, you know both April and I are kind of suckers for sports movies. And this is the sports movie. if you don't like all the tropes in sports movies and those kind of things, this probably won't be a movie for you. But, we both love how sports movies, you've got the underdog who eventually succeeds and wins. So, and that's what you get with this movie.
True. Well, I think the theme and the tone of this movie is dreams do happen. I think it was really wonderful when anyone in their world can think out of their box, pull people together, and have them be excited about a dream. I love this part of the movie. I think our world needs it right now, coming in after this pandemic that's still not over, with all the loss and a lot of people in a very difficult position. I think it's a really good movie to see right now.
Well, it's interesting. I say this is a sports movie, but I think this movie is more of a personal study and a character study that is set in a sports movie.
Yes.
Because I think this is more showing about these people in this small Welsh village who have gone through hard times and all the different characters, and how this horse and this alliance of people who've come together to raise the money for this horse, how this affected their lives.
Absolutely. I think the acting, the characters were spot on. It was phenomenal cast. They did a great job together and individually. And I also thought the direction was great. This director did a great job.
Yeah, I thought the direction was okay. It seemed to me, kind of when I was watching it, that this could have been a made-for-TV movie.
Really?
But that explains by both the writing and the direction have both been TV people and not really movie people.
We disagree.
Okay,
we'll agree to disagree.
That's part of this podcast.
Let's talk about the score. This is an area that I thought it was good, but it could have been better.
Yeah, I just don't remember the score at all. So
yeah, and I think there were several. I remember thinking at a few points in the movie that would have been a good opportunity.
The cinematography is pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
The production design and special effects.
Yes.
This is where I thought the movie kind of shined. I thought, and I always wonder about how they do things with horse racing in movies. Secretariat in this movie and stuff. The horse racing scenes were really good in this movie.
Yeah. It was just really an interesting slant on people that do this for a living, right? Not a hobby, but a living. It's just fascinating.
Editing, of course, was normal. Nothing bad about the editing. And I thought the movie, that was really a character study movie, not a sports movie. It moved along really well. There was not a slow part to this movie whatsoever.
The editing was just normal. What did you think about the pace?
Well, that's what I just was talking about.
Here's the thing. I thought actually, for what this movie was about, I thought it did really well.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't slow at all for what it was. What did you think of the dialogue?
I thought the dialogue was really good. I enjoyed the relationship between the husband and wife. I thought that he did. Let's go over his name real quick. It was Owen Teale. He's from.
Yeah, he was in Game of Thrones. Yes. He was one of the villains in Game of Thrones. One of the on the Black Watch. So.
He and Toni Collette. It was an accurate, I thought, portrayal of a marriage that had grown a little tired.
Right.
And it's something now that they had a refresh.
Well, one of the things we wanted to start adding to these, and we did this with the last in the Sound of Metal podcast, is to talk about the characters in the story arc. Yeah. And what I really enjoyed in this movie, I think all the characters had a story arc. And this goes back to what you were just saying about the husband and wife. I thought the two of them, they had their own individual story arcs, but I thought they did a really good job of melding their story arcs together, and how they went from a very stale marriage in the beginning, and that through this horse and through the racing, everything that their marriage was brought back. And
I also love, there's another chemistry that I really loved, and it was between Toni Collette and Damon Lewis. And we don't give things away, but here's the thing. When two people meet and have great chemistry and maybe are very different people at very different places in their life, they found that an opportunity together. And I thought that was also magical for people to see. So my whole thing is keep your eyes and heart open in life, but also be willing to think out of the box.
Yeah.
Okay. Not just what you think a journey would be. Maybe someone else should be in it with you. That's what I think.
All right. Well, that is Dream Horse. You know, both April and I give this movie 3.5 stars. And like I said, if you like sports movies and you can handle all the sports tropes, this is a great movie. And like I said, it's a really cool personal study to a character study. Oh, and one of the other things too that I really liked about this movie, and this is not a spoiler or anything, but stay for the credits, because what they do is the movie, the ending credits break out in a song, right? And because this movie, what I don't remember if we said this at the start, this movie is based off of a true story. Okay, and one of the cool things in the ending credits, they brought all the real people back into the ending credits, and the real people were standing next to the actors who portrayed them during this song. Which that was kind of I'm a sucker for emotional stuff like that.
But also, Tim loves interesting, quirky endings. Like you think the movie's over and then it's not. But this one was cool what they did. So I thought that was good. But overall, guys, in our world right now, go see this movie, support it. Let's send a message to Hollywood and beyond that we like feel-good movies and feel-good stories about real people. So this was fantastic. We enjoyed it. I hope you do too.
And I would just let you know that we apologize that we've been kind of slow on releasing movies. We've had a lot of stuff going on in our life. And our daughter just graduated from college this weekend. So, woohoo!
Yay! She did it. She did it.
So, but we appreciate you hanging on and staying with us, and thanks a lot.
And through all the equipment upgrades, too. We've had a mixture of that as well. And I think, Tim, I'm so excited about, we've got everything from new microphones to new equipment, and that took a little bit as well. But boy, he did it, and we've been told we're sounding better than ever. So that's fantastic.
Well, thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you at the movies.
We'll see you at the movies, and we thank you again for continuing to support us. Thank you.